We have thousands of people who go missing every year, just here in the United States, and there's no discrimination on the missing. They are young, old, black, white, male or female, even children. It's time to stop. Here at home is still missing, and they've not found any new clues. It's women who are pregnant, it's women who have jobs, and it's women who have not seen even fetal abductions. Have you seen me? Welcome to my channel, everyone. Thank you so much for caring.
Hello everybody, welcome to Chasing a Murder Talking News. I want to ask you to first, please, to subscribe or hit that notification bell if you like notifications, but make sure you hit the like button. So we're going to be going over a little bit of an update for the Lori Vallow case, and it's attached to Lori Vallow's attorney, Mark Means. So this update I first seen posted by Justin Lum, who often shares documents. Amazing journalist. Anyways, he posted on his Facebook yesterday that Mark Means is filing something we're going to go over just a second against Rob Wood, the prosecuting attorney in this case. I'm not an attorney, so I do not know the legal terms for this, but I'm learning every day something new. And so I believe it's a motion to disqualify prosecuting attorney Rob Wood. Why would he do such a thing? Now, he's already once kind of attacked people, in my opinion, through Twitter and threatening people. Why not go ahead and push buttons even a little bit more? Okay, so here we go. Here's the document. So it says it comes now. The above named defendant, Miss Lori Noreen Vallow Daybell, by and through her attorney of record, Mr. Mark L. Means of Means Law Office, move this honorable court for the order disqualifying and removing the special, I almost said special needs, sorry, Wood. Anyways, removing the special counsel, Mr. Robert Wood, from the criminal case, and that he be directed that he is not to take any further action regarding any matter as it pertains to the case. And it's not just one thing that Mark Means is accusing Rob Wood of doing. He continues with, the court has and is granted inherent authority to remove the prosecutor on many grounds. Counsel for the defendant moves this court for this order as Mr. Wood has committed prosecutorial conduct. This misconduct further supports defendant's motion to extend time to dismiss, to allow defense to amend its motion and present the newly acquired additional evidence that was not included in any of the state's discovery responses, including limited to the most recent discovery responses provided the defense. Okay, so let's see what they're saying. So grounds of motion. So this is based off of some audio recordings with a few of the witnesses, one of them being Summer, Lori's sister, and then Zulema, Lori's brother's new wife. Said motion is based upon a recently received audio recording between Mr. Robert Wood and the material witness, Summer Shiflett. Sorry, guys. And then they put in parentheses that this is Lori's biological sister. And this occurred back in October of 2020. The recording clearly illustrates that Mr. Wood's attempt to coerce, unduly influence, coach, and or intimidate said material witness to the case. So remember when you seen that thing come out for Summer, where she seemed to have all this remorse for the children and that she was wrong Well, it makes you wonder what's really going on with Summer. Is she just manipulating the situation? What's going on? Well, let's continue reading this. In addition, an audio recording of Mr. Wood interviewing another material witness, Salima Palestine. Also, at or around the same time, October 2020, discussing matters that support the state's position of this case, etc. The prosecutor misconduct violated the due process rights of the defendants of Idaho and U.S. constitutional right to a fair and impartial trial. He says that the prosecutor engaged in coerce and unduly influence, coaching, and intimidating tactics to manipulate a material witness in the case. And I'm laughing not at this, but because of the fact that that tweet that Mark Means put out that he should have truly gotten in trouble before. I think so anyways. So number 2, the prosecutor in this case violated the Idaho rules of professional conduct as well as the ABA rules by his actions, statements, and the like detailed on said audio tape. I'm not an attorney, guys, but it seems to me that Mark Means is attacking things that they haven't gone to trial yet, guys. I think he's worried about going to trial. I think he's scared he wouldn't be able to handle it. That's why he does these things. Picking on a prosecutor for things that he knows that every lawyer in the business can run that line. I mean, they're right on that line. It doesn't matter whose audio you pick. And of course, this is the things that you would expect from Lori Vallow. This is something she did on a regular basis in her life, was intimidate and try to manipulate every aspect of anybody in her life she didn't want in it. So it makes you wonder if Lori Vallow is actually pushing Mark Means to do such things, or is he that way? I don't know. Honestly, I'm not a lawyer though, so opinion. But I do know Lori Vallow, and I know that she is very manipulative and very, very determined to win at any cost. So on number 3, the prosecutor's misconduct could be construed under the witness tampering and witness intimidation statutes as criminal acts. So what seems like a threat there. This really bothers me, guys, because we have 2 dead children. Now, I'm going to say it like that because I want it to be impacted and, well, meant to impact and make the reality real. Very real. The way that it really is. These children are dead. We're already struggling for justice here, and we can only hope that the investigators are still truly working as hard as they can to bring justice for them children, Charles, Tammy Daybell, and maybe even Joseph Ryan. It's getting aggravating, and I can see several other people following this case. They're losing hope in the justice system. Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow both should be getting the death penalty right now. The majority that they believe that Lori did indeed and on purpose to take the lives of her children, whether she did it with her own hands or instructed it to be done. But investigators, as much as there's so much out there, but we're just not seeing the charges we believe should be brought to the table. Anyways, let's continue with this. Number 4, the prosecutor's misconduct has made him a material and necessary witness in this criminal case. Further, it states that the defense intends to file additional motions as to it relates to this evidence and intends to subpoena the prosecutor as a witness to support these motions, future motions, and the trial itself. And I'm telling you what, this Mark Means is something else. He knows how to rock the ship like a Titanic. And I can't wait to hear what an attorney says about all this, because like I said, I'm not an attorney. I would like to know exactly what, is this a bunch of bull, a lot of, messing, just kind of threatening distraction from what's really going on with this case. It's clear he's saying that Rob Wood is jeopardizing, the future of his client. So 5, prosecutor's misconduct has caused the potential for future civil directed at or involving Fremont County, Madison County, as well as the prosecutor and any and other entities involved or associated with this misconduct. So I guess he's thinking, I'm not sure about this kind of stuff, guys, but it seems that, he thinks that his influence on these people can sway this trial. Okay, let's start talking about the evidence part of it. Number 6, the prosecutor's misconduct has included concealing evidence in violation of Brady and the Rule 16 of Idaho Rules of Criminal Procedure. The defendant, Lori Vallow, through her counsel, moves the court for an order disqualifying the prosecutor for this case, Robert Wood, as directed that he take no further action in this case in any manner at all. That this court allows/grant for the out-of-state subpoenas of the other parties to the audio recording. That the court grant as sanction all fees and costs in having to present this motion. The defense shall seek additional remedies which shall be detailed during the hearing on this motion if appropriate. Sounds a bit of a blackmail to me on paper. That the defense be permitted to submit the audio recording as evidence in this hearing to support this motion. Defendant respectfully requests that this hearing be conducted in person and that the proceedings be recorded unsealed and a transcript of such proceedings be ordered. And so this was filed just yesterday, the 15th of December 2020, signed Mark L. Means. Now, I don't know what they have, on that audio. I haven't heard it, so I can't really say much anything on that part, which I could, put my 2 cents in there. So according to Mark Means, he's claiming that Rob Wood, the prosecutor in this case, has committed a prosecutorial misconduct when they basically improperly or illegally act or fail to act when required to do so in a way that causes a defendant to be wrongfully convicted or punished unjustifiably. So what I'm learning is, this prosecutorial misconduct comes in many forms. So prosecutors in the United States exercise substantial control over most phases of the criminal case, from participating in the investigation to deciding what charges to seek. So even to recommending a sentence after conviction. And, his actions or misconduct can infect the stage of this process. And that is what Mark Means is basically saying in these documents. Throwing in a few blackmail in there as well. Something that Mark Means seems to be very good at. That's in my opinion. And there's a long list that can, be added to this misconduct list, like using improper investigative techniques such as entrapment, bringing criminal charges in a bad faith without realistic hope of winning a conviction, making statements to the media that prejudice the jury pool, engaging in improper plea bargaining, failing to turn in exculpatory evidence, of course, tampering with evidence, knowing presentingly false witnesses, or more so like false witness testimony, as well as other false evidence. So this will be quite interesting. I would like to see what you guys think about this, but it's very clear that just when you think that Mark Means has, lost his senses enough, he seems to do it again and again and again. But that's what, he's paid to do. And it will be interesting to hear what an attorney of any kind shares on this. So I just wanted to share this video and kind of document it, add it to our little list here. I am just, like a lot of you, upset with the fact that we're not getting the justice we feel the children deserve. And we're already seeing charges that we feel are not up to par and not good enough for both Lori Vallow / Daybell and her new husband, Chad Daybell. So before I go, there's something I wanted to mention. If I was a defense attorney, and again, I'm not an attorney, I'm not very good at law, but my idea is this. If I suspected that Rob Wood, the prosecutor, and accused him of misconduct, I think I would have held that until trial started. So there I could have thrown the whole thing out. Either Mark Means, in my opinion, by doing this now, filing, these documents now, either doesn't know what he's doing or he's just messing about. Just throwing threats and blackmail out there. That's my opinion. Rob Wood isn't allowed to do a lot of things like share his personal feelings or say things that I'm going to say. That getting somebody like Chad Daybell and Lori Vallow off the streets is for the benefit of all people that know or surround them. So I said it for him. In my opinion, if Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell are released out of jail, imagine the lives that will be impacted in a negative way. It really is a horrid, dreadful thought. These children, Tylee, who was just getting ready to embrace her adulthood and take on her new direction in life, was ripped off of her future. JJ Vallow, just 8 years old, never even had a chance to experience his teen years. He was ripped off even more. So if we want to talk about rights, we want to talk about Tylee Ryan and JJ Vallow. Their rights. Who's going to stand up for them? Oftentimes, Mark Means distractions of junk that leaks into the media, or maybe even handed to, has attempted multiple times to distract the reality of this case, and that is 2 children, innocent children, their lives were stolen from them. They were found in dirt, buckets, in fire pits. I mean, my gosh, Pet Cemetery. Underneath the dirt at Lori Daybell Vallow's 5th husband's home. Let's not be distracted by this game, manipulation that this defense attorney throws out to the public. So here we have another unmonetized video because we have to, I just really cannot take money over justice, and that's the choices we have in America. Ads don't support justice. They don't support reality, at least here on YouTube. No matter how tactful I try to do things, I have hardly any monetized videos. So this one is for you, Tylee Ryan and JJ Vallow. I'm hoping that justice will come. I'm really putting my faith into Rob Wood. Rob Wood, please bring justice for these children. They really need the complete justice. And I realize how hard this case is to work. And thank you for your time. So guys, I just really ended up throwing something in at the end. I just got emotionally, I'm very emotionally involved with this case. Like so many of you, I'm very, very upset with the fact that we're not seeing the caliber of justice we feel should be here. So don't let people distract us from the fact, and that is 2 children, their lives have been taken, and they were thrown like garbage under the ground in fire pits in her own husband's backyard. She remains in jail with no remorse, continues the fight for her innocence. But what about these innocent lives? Justice for Tylee and JJ, justice for Charles Vallow, justice for Tammy Daybell, and justice for Joseph Ryan. Thank you so much for watching, guys. See you guys soon.